Keep your arms and legs inside the car at all times, because today we've got 5 crazy, cool, epic, awesome, funny, weird, wild, unexpected, true facts about theme parks. Number 5, Jurassic Park, The Ride. Did you know that The Ride, based on the blockbuster movie, was actually in development well before the film was shot? That's right! When the book Jurassic Park was published in 1990, director Steven Spielberg came to Universal Studios with an idea for a movie and a ride based on the novel. In a totally unprecedented move, The Ride was actually put into production well before the movie even started, and Steven Spielberg himself even helped design it. It took over 6 years and $110 million to build, and featured the largest drop in the world when it opened in 1996. In fact, the $110 million it took to make The Ride was actually about double the production budget for the entire movie. Man, how do I get me one of those classic Hollywood ride/movie combo deals? Oh, was that be as successful Steven Spielberg first? Oh, okay, never mind then. Number 4, the notorious Action Park. Why so notorious? Well, maybe because it's known as the most unsafe amusement park in America. For instance, there is a ride called Tank Tag. It's sort of like bumper cars, except you would sit caged inside a small tank-shaped car with a cannon armed with tennis balls. The fenced-in area also had tennis ball cannons facing inward for park patrons to shoot at the tank drivers. And that actually sounds really fun for the guests. Occasionally one of the tanks would break, which meant that a worker would need to run out and fix it. Unprotected park employees would be relentlessly pelted with tennis balls from all sides as they tried to fix the tanks. Get down, Charlie! But if that doesn't sound dangerous enough for you, try the Alpine Slide. It's basically a luge-like ride with a track made of fiberglass and concrete that winds down a steep hill. Guests zip down in small plastic carts controlled by joysticks and brakes to adjust speed. The only problem? The brakes were notorious for malfunctioning. There's been so many scrapes, bumps, cuts, and bruises attributed to the slide that the park can't keep count. Still not dangerous enough? How about the Cannonball Loop? Picture a giant water slide tube with a big loop at the end. Sounds fun and very dangerous. Sure, loops make sense on a roller coaster, but on a water slide? Not so much. And even still, the slide stayed open for about a month. Finally, the state of New Jersey forced it to close, presumably for being the most hilariously unsafe ride ever created outside of Roller Coaster Tycoon. Number 3, Hershey Park in Pennsylvania is a full-fledged chocolate-themed amusement park today, but its origin was pretty humble. It started out as a picnic area for Hershey employees in the early 1900s, but since the grounds were spacious and had electricity at a time where many rural areas still didn't, people who didn't work for Hershey began to rent the grounds out for events. They added a small carousel, which opened in 1908. By 1910, it had outdoor theaters, a baseball field, 2 bowling alleys, a swimming pool, a miniature railroad, and even a zoo! Whoa! In 1970, Hershey decided to turn the park into a full-fledged theme park, complete with roller coasters and water rides. If they turn one of those water rides into a chocolate ride, ooh, they may be onto something. Number 2, Doritos were invented at Disneyland? Yep, right after Disneyland opened to the public in 1955, Frito-Lay founder Elmer Doolin opened a Tex-Mex restaurant in Frontierland called Casa de Fritos. A few months after opening, a salesman from the company that supplied them with tortilla chips noticed that the restaurant was dumping their stale chips in the dumpster. So he gave them a tip. Instead of throwing away so many stale chips, just cut them up and fry them. A little while later, a marketing exec for Frito-Lay tried them, loved them, and boom! Doritos were born! Out of dumpster chips? I guess it really is junk food. And finally, our number 1 fact, the London Eye! The London Eye, for those who don't know, is a giant Ferris wheel in London that offers riders a spectacular view of downtown. It's over 440 feet high and is visited by 3.5 million visitors per year. That's more than the Taj Mahal in India or the Great Pyramids in Egypt. Whoa! Pretty cool, right? But get this, the London Eye wasn't actually the first big Ferris wheel to grace the streets of London. It was called the Great Wheel and was built for the Empire of India exhibition in the city. It opened in 1895, just 2 years after the very first Ferris wheel was unveiled at the World's Fair in Chicago. It was demolished in 1906, paving the way for the London Eye, which opened almost 100 years later in 2000. A ride on the London Eye takes about 30 minutes, which gives you plenty of time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the stunning views. Or, cower on the floor if you're deathly afraid of heights. And if you find yourself at the London Eye, then you're gonna want to take a quick trip across the street to the newest amazing attraction in London. Let's call it fact number 0, DreamWorks' newest themed attraction, Shreks Adventure. What is Shreks Adventure? Great question! It begins when you board a magical 4D DreamWorks Tours bus. With Donkey as your mischievous tour guide, Calamity, Chaos, and Endless Fun are the name of the game. Be part of the 10 live fairy tale themed shows where you can visit Shrek Swamp, find your fortune in the Crystal Ball, and get lost in the Mirror Maze and reveal your inner ogre when needed. Grrr, get out of my swamp! What's your absolute favorite theme park ride? Let us know by commenting below, and don't forget to check in each week for more facts, only on DreamWorks TV. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm about to go get in line for this roller coaster, and I'm only a little scared.
Hey, this is Donkey here. You've never seen this before because this attraction's brand new. It's DreamWorks Tours Shreks Adventure London with a bus that flies. Step into the world's first Shreks Adventure and experience a bonkers, brilliant, brand new attraction. You can become a hero like me, Donkey, and help save the day. So come on, y'all. Don't just watch the story, be part of the story. It's next to the London Eye. You know that, right? It's famous, like me.